Welcome to Phrasal Verb Practice. This is the place to learn real English, one phrasal verb at a time. My name is Marissa, and I'll walk you through this learning journey. Hi all, wishing you a great day. We're going to explore and work on the phrasal verb get off. All right, so let's go step by step and see how we use get off in real life. First, we use get off when we leave a bus, a train, a bike, or any kind of transport. So basically, when we move away from it. For example, I got off the bus near my house. She got off the train at the last station. He got off his bike and walked. Now, another very common use of get off is when we remove something from a surface or from our body. For example, get the dirt off your shoes. She got the paint off her hands. I can't get this stain off my shirt. We also use get off when we talk about finishing work or ending a workday. For example, I get off work at 6 p.m. What time do you get off today? He got off early on Friday. And there's one more use. We use get off when someone avoids punishment or gets a lighter consequence. For example, he got off with a warning. She got off lightly after the mistake. They got off without any penalty. So, the main idea behind get off is separating or moving away from something. It could be physical, like leaving a bus, or more abstract, like avoiding a consequence. Now, just to give you a quick idea in other languages, in Spanish, you might say bajarse, quitar, or librarse de. In French, descendre, enlever, or s'en tirer. In Portuguese, descer, tirar, or escapar de. In Italian, scendere, togliere, or cavarsela. In German, aussteigen, entfernen, or davonkommen. In Japanese, oriru, torinozoku, or bachi o manukareru. And in Chinese, shache, chudiao, or niaoda chengfa. Now, when do people usually use get off? Well, we use get off when we leave a vehicle, when we remove something, when we finish work, and when we talk about avoiding consequences. Let me give you a few quick examples to bring everything together. I got off the bus too early. She got the mud off her shoes. We get off work at 5 p.m. He got off with just a warning. They got off the train in the wrong city. Now, let's talk a little bit about the grammar. Get off can be separable or inseparable, depending on the meaning. When we use pronouns, we usually separate it. Get it off. Get them off. When we talk about movement, like leaving a bus, it's inseparable. Get off plus object. Example, get off the bus. But when we talk about removing something, it can be separable. Get plus object plus off, or get off plus object. Example, get the dirt off your shoes. Get off the dirt from your shoes. So here's the key point. The structure depends on the meaning, so always pay attention to the context. All right, now let's practice. First, you're going to hear a short everyday situation. Then, you'll hear a workplace or professional example. Are you ready? Let's start. This morning started a little messy. I woke up late and had to rush, so I quickly got dressed and ran out the door. I got off the bus 2 stops earlier than usual because I thought it would save time, but I ended up walking faster than I expected. When I finally got home later that day, I noticed my shoes were covered in mud. I sat down and tried to get off the dirt before going inside. It wasn't easy, But after a few minutes, I managed to get it off enough to not make a mess. In the afternoon, I met a friend for coffee. She told me she had to leave early because she got off work earlier than usual and wanted to enjoy the rest of her day. We talked for a while, but then I remembered I had things to do at home. On my way back, I got off the bus at the right stop this time. As I was walking, I saw a kid arguing with his mom. It looked like he had done something wrong, but somehow he got off with just a small warning. It made me smile a little. When I got home, I changed clothes and tried to get off a small stain on my shirt from lunch. It took some effort, but I didn't want it to stay there. Later that evening, I checked my messages and realized I had forgotten to send something important. I thought I might get off without any problem, but I still felt a bit worried. By the end of the day, I was tired but relaxed. It wasn't perfect, but everything worked out just fine. Great, that was the first text. How many times did you hear the phrasal verb of the day? Now, let's move on to the second text. I arrived at the office earlier than usual because I had a lot to finish before the meeting. As soon as I got off the elevator, I checked my emails and saw a message from my manager asking for an update. I sat down and started reviewing the report. There were a few mistakes, so I had to fix them quickly. At one point, I noticed a formatting issue and tried to get it off the document before sending it. It took a bit of time, but I didn't want anything unprofessional going out. Later that morning, we had a team meeting. One of my colleagues arrived just after he got off a call with a client. He looked a bit stressed, and during the meeting, we almost got off track discussing something unrelated. Our manager helped us stay focused so we could finish on time. In the afternoon, I had to leave the office briefly. I got off the building shuttle and walked to a nearby office to deliver some documents. When I came back, I made sure to get off a few remaining tasks from my list before the end of the day. Around 5, people started packing up. I asked a teammate what time she usually gets off work, and she said it depends on her workload. That day, we both managed to get off a little earlier than expected, which felt great. Before leaving, I double-checked everything to make sure I wouldn't get off with any unfinished responsibilities the next day. It had been a busy day, but overall, everything went smoothly. Great, that was the second text, and that's all for today. Thank you so much for following this channel, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.